the modern procession. Alright, before we even talk about the Maya, let's talk about this. Look at these buses. These aren't little shuttle vans. These are full-size, European-style touring coaches, air-conditioned, high-backed seats, massive mirrors sticking out like antennae, engines humming quietly while they idle in the heat. These are the same kind of buses you'd see rolling through Germany, France, Italy. And here they are, deep in the jungle of southern Mexico. We're coming in from Costa Maya, and if you've ever done a cruise excursion, you already know the rule. Once you step on one of these buses, that's your day. No ducking back to the ship, no maybe later. You've committed. Some people picked ziplining, some picked dune buggies, some went snorkeling, and the people you're seeing here, they picked history. And right away, notice something subtle but important. Water is being handed out. Bottled water. Controlled, planned. Because humans, even today, don't last long in this environment without preparation, remember that. Now look at the sign, Marker 2010, federal signage. Government property, protected land, authorized and overseen by Instituto Nacional de Antropología e Historia. Translation? This place matters enough that a modern nation is actively guarding it, and the question on the sign basically asks, do you want to know what happened here? Trust me, you do. Who the Maya really were. Let's clear something up right now. The Maya were not a tribe. They were not primitive, and they did not disappear. The Maya were a civilization, plural cities, plural kings, plural dialects, stretching across what is now southern Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. At their height, they numbered in the millions. They had writing systems, libraries, yes, libraries, advanced mathematics, including zero before Europe, astronomers who tracked eclipses with terrifying accuracy, engineers who built cities without metal tools. And they did all of this while living in one of the most unforgiving environments imaginable. This jungle isn't friendly. It's hot, it's wet, it rots wood, it swallows stone, and yet they built cities that lasted over 1,000 years. That's not luck, that's intelligence. This site is Dzibanché. The name roughly translates to written wood, which already tells you something important. This was a place of record, not just ritual. Dzibanché wasn't a backwater, it was a regional power centre, especially during the early classic period, roughly 250 to 600 AD. There's strong evidence tying this site to the Khan dynasty, also known as the Snake Kings, one of the most powerful ruling lineages in Maya history. And here's the thing most people miss. What you're seeing now isn't the city, it's what's left after the jungle tried to erase it. Every platform you see was once plastered smooth, painted red, painted blue, covered in glyphs. What looks like ruin was once order. The buildings, or whatever we're supposed to call these. Now, let's talk about the stones, because this is where modern brains start short-circuiting. No wheels, no horses. No oxen, no donkeys, no carts, no cranes, no steel tools. Every single stone you're looking at was 1. Quarried by hand, 2. Shaped by hand, 3. Carried by hand, 4. Lifted by hand, 5. Set by hand by humans, human backs, human coordination, human planning, and not just dumped, aligned. Squared, levelled, oriented to the sun, the stars, and the calendar. If you've ever tried to move a heavy couch with 3 friends and still almost lost a toe, imagine doing this thousands of times with limestone blocks in jungle heat without complaining on social media. This isn't brute force, this is logistics. And here's the uncomfortable part. They didn't invent this with machines. We invented machines because we forgot how to do this. Belief, power, and why this was built. These weren't buildings in the modern sense. Nobody lived in these the way we live in houses. These were ceremonial platforms, political stages, cosmic alignments. The Maya believed the universe had layers, the underworld below, the human world in the middle, the heavens above. Their kings didn't rule by popularity, they ruled by cosmic legitimacy. Ritual bloodletting, sometimes by rulers themselves, was seen as a duty, not cruelty. A way to open a channel between worlds. And yes, sometimes there was human sacrifice, not casual, not random, but symbolic, controlled, and rare compared to what popular media suggests. This wasn't barbarism, it was belief taken seriously. Water. Survival and the Jungle, 2083. Remember the bottled water at the entrance? The Maya didn't have that luxury. There are no rivers here. Water to be collected, stored, managed, protected. Reservoirs, cisterns, sacred cenotes. Cities rose or fell based on rainfall patterns and planning, not wars. When droughts came, cities collapsed, not because they were stupid, but because nature always gets a vote. The neighbour, Kohunlich. After Dzibanché, many tours continue to Kohunlich, famous for the Temple of the Masks, massive stucco faces, likely representing solar deities or royal ancestors. This tells us something important. Dzibanché wasn't isolated. It was part of a network, trade, ideas, rituals, power. This region was alive, not mysterious, not forgotten, alive.
Then and now.
Look at the people walking through the site. Different countries, different ages, different stories. And yet everyone slows down here. Nobody rushes these stones, because something in us recognizes this. The Maya didn't vanish. They were absorbed, disrupted, survived. Their descendants are still here. Their mathematics still works. Their calendar still aligns. And now, through this footage, their story continues. This isn't adventure travel, this is human memory recorded once and interpreted again. And you were here.